Well, hola, folks. How's everyone feeling this evening? You doing fine? Doing dandy? Now, we're not talking about severe weather this evening, but we are going to be talking about is our next chance of some storms. Too loud. Okay, now I'm going to do something. I'm listening to it on YouTube, and it's picking up kind of weird, so I'm putting on my in-ear monitor type thing. See, now in my ear it sounds a little too quiet, but I also don't want to peak it either, so we'll just try it like this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn this fan off next to me because it's a little cold in here, so I'll be right back. Okay. So. The reason why, too. Oops. The reason why, too, I decided to come on here because I'm trying out like a new system type flow because I don't know if you remember my old flow where the microphone came over here. I relocated it itself. Actually, I can just move the camera and show you. Kind of. Uh-oh. Cables are all twisted, that's why. Oh yeah, these cables are all butchered up. Alright. Well. That's if I can kind of thankfully you can't hear that because it's the audio is no longer coming from the webcam, which is now coming from this microphone. So anyway, kind of freed up a little bit to kind of show what I'm doing. So this is kind of a broad view of the new kind of flow that we're going with. See, we have the Stream Deck now over here, keyboard, mouse, leading over to our audio mixer, and then the microphone's here and connected here. Originally I was connected back here. You can kind of see the little dirt spot, kind of where it was. And then I moved my phone stand, which I'm using as a comment monitor, next to my main computer, kind of over here with like a drink spot and a table fan, which wasn't the fan I had when I had the one peeking right behind that monitor. I also have my other weather station thing. I'm hanging up paintings I did when I was in college over the last few years up here. I still have one more, which is actually sitting down there flat on the floor. I gotta probably move. Something happens to it. Anyway. So this is the broad overview of what I'm working with now. So, which it does free up so much more wiggle room now. Still haven't fully decided on the height of the mic yet. So that's still to be determined yet. But anyway, with all that stuff set aside, which I won't now be smacking into the... Well, other than in this cord here, which I gotta figure out a different... I wonder something. Hold on a second. I'm gonna unplug the mic cable for just a second. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. Now let's try that. So what I did was I rerouted the mic cable, so there's literally no cables my way anymore. So that's gonna be nice. Which in the future I may try and have the audio mixer over here. I don't know, for all that it's worth, right now I think everything works just the way it is. So maybe I'll just leave it just as is. Okay, anyway. I do want to do a weather chat. Because we do have some active weather coming our way. So let's just get right down to business now. We have my little story out of the way. So let's come over here and get to talking about our Thursday forecast. So let's come to outlooks. This is the severe weather outlook for today. So you can see that a lot of the region is under the level 1, the marginal risk for severe weather for the day today. Now, we do have a little something showing up right there. That must have been from earlier. Hang on, let me kill this and come back. Because that had to have been from earlier. Yeah, it was from earlier. There was nothing on radar when I last looked. So let's see. This doesn't have models, so I can't. We can show our current drought monitor. So as you can see, we do need rain. No questions about it. We do need rain across north central West Virginia. Which, chances are we're probably going to get it. Is it going to be enough? All that is to be determined. Now, I don't exactly have with this radar system Okay, this. Hang on a second. I gotta fix this again. This is still too close. There we go. It's just that cable is still too close to my liking. Which it does keep now the microphone in the position that I want it to remain, so that's a good thing. So anyway, oh yeah, this does give me more freedom motions. My desk is uneven for the stream deck. Let me try and move some stuff down to kind of balance it out a little bit better. There we go. That'll work. But anyway, so... See, I even forget now what we were just talking about. Oh, I remember. This radar system doesn't actually so far give me future like model guidance. Let's say that's coming in the future, so we will see. But it does have a good bit of products. Not as many as I would hope. Okay, so this is something interesting. Let's turn off our outlooks. There we go. But this is something interesting. Let me put a draw on it. So we are seeing this little boundary line of some like heavier type storms. A little storm is starting to fire up like a little bit north of Huntington. And like secondary things outside of this big line. That's a bit interesting. So that'll be knocking on our doorstep by the morning hours. I don't have a... Let me see if I can pull up the National Weather Service for a moment. It just says, if you see, it just says, showers and, let me make that full screen. It just says here on my phone, showers and thunderstorms before 4 p.m., then showers and possibly a thunderstorm mainly after 4 p.m. Okay. Actually, here we go. It updated. Now it's saying... Let me see if I can get this to focus again. Okay. Showers and possibly... and thunderstorms likely, then showers and possibly a thunderstorm after 3 p.m. Some of the storms could be severe, high near 73, winds southwest wind 7 to 11 miles per hour, gusts as high as 71 miles per hour, chance of rain 80%, new rainfall amounts between a quarter and a half of an inch possible. Okay. So there we go. There's some of our answers. Which, by the way, what do you guys all think of iOS 26? Like, as you can see, we got tons, of like new icon-y type looks. And I think I finally settled on using light mode, because in dark mode, the iOS appearance looks a little bit flat. A little bit outdated. But you can let me know what you think of it in the comments. But just look at how nicer that looks in the light mode look, even with the lock screen. I dig it. I dig it, dig it, dig it. I'm even starting to dig this case. What do you have to let me know in the comments what you guys think of this case down in the comments below too. So anyway, let me put this back. Actually, I want to kill that because it was... the new iOS 26.5. I don't know what they mean by 5. I'm trying to install, but always failed. Sounds like a you problem. Sounds like a you problem. Okay, it doesn't matter anyways because it's still dark themed anyways. Okay. Yeah, I think this looks perfect, having this like this. Our new, like, little teeny tiny little setup. Like, I can be, like, right here, chit-chatting with you guys. So this is kind of the view of everything that I have here in the Weather Center. Even with our brand new, like, technology equipment that we have. Here's the mixer. I still have a NOAA weather radio, even though this is now my new source of weather alerts, because my weather alert notifications come through on this. Before that. Crazy, right? So, I mean, I still recommend having a NOAA weather radio because they are handy. But just don't depend on them, because have a secondary way, which is what I do. After I conclude this, I might make a sandwich. I'm hungry. That's random. Anyway, let us jump back to this. So yeah, we may potentially see some thunderstorms, like straggler storms tonight yet. Let's see if, I'm not going to log in on that. Because today we've been live now for almost 30 minutes. So I'm not going to keep this live very long because there's not anything to talk about right now. Other than just be prepared. Kind of for this. just the chances of some possible severe weather for the day. Today, even tomorrow, Friday. Places like Huntington, Charleston, places that really aren't in the gun for today will be in the gun for tomorrow. Or some places might be in the gun who are in it for today might be in the gun for tomorrow. Like Huntington, they're in it for today. They're not in it for tomorrow. But Charleston, they're in it for today. They're in it for tomorrow. We don't have anything for day 3 yet. So, things do tend to change. Some things tend to change for the good. Some things tend to change for the worse. Like, I'm going to use here for an example the June 29th, 2012 Derecho. It was a regular hot and summer day, sun-filled, and everything. And people were like, okay, I can go out and have some nice summer fun. Okay. Then all of a sudden, things go bad. That storm started. I can show the map. I can pull up the map here in a minute. It started. Let's turn that off. Go to a completely different radar source. Kind of not even near us. Or near where I'm wanting to show. Okay. So, that storm. I want to search. I want to make sure that I'm not saying my information wrong. Okay. So. Yeah, okay. I thought it started in Wisconsin, so I'm glad I checked. It literally started right in here. And it traveled all this way. Wait, it actually... I can just... So it went like this. Even some parts of North Carolina got it too. So it was like a trail this big. And it caused, some of you know, lots of destruction. Like, we were without power for almost a week. It was like 5 days. 4 or 5 days, something like that. But then later that year, some of you guys know Hurricane Sandy. That one put us without power for a week. Like 6 to 7 days. But, so we're not talking about Sandy in this case. The next month it'll be the anniversary of that. But anyway. The point I'm trying to drive home here with this is that day for us here in West Virginia to start it out as an ordinary day. No storms, no rain was forecasted. It was just a hot summer day. Then that evening, so I'm going to read this here to you. The Derecho on June 29th, 2012, started as an unorganized cluster of thunderstorms in Iowa and Illinois. Exhibit A. So, before strengthening into a destructive line of severe storms that have stretched across the Midwest into the mid-Atlantic states, the storms developed along a stationary front over Illinois and northern Illinois and rapidly intensified due to extremely hot and unstable atmospheric conditions, which, i.e., we were hot. I wonder what the Clarksburg International Airport temperature hit that day. I want to see if I can find out. Of course, you're not going to get any information, because why would you? Let's try again. Nope. Okay, let's see. So this is just showing me wind gusts. I want to see temperatures. Okay, here we go. Clarksburg area daily almanac. Let's go back. Okay, here we go. The max temperature observed at the Clarksburg Airport on June 29th, 2012 was an 97 degrees. That was before the heat index value. I couldn't imagine that. Whoa. What was? Huh. Hold on. It actually looks like that actually broke a record. I actually want to go back another year once. Oh, shoot. What I'm going to do is just open it again. But I want to go back another year once. So let's go back to 2011. June. And 29th. Huh. Wow. So it doesn't tell me what the actual record net was. I'm just squeaking out here a second. Oh yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Well, either way, that high temperature. No. Well, either way, it looks like the record high temperature for June 29th was indeed broken. Let me see this. Yeah, so anyway, it does indeed sound like the temperature was broken. Yeah, I'm going to show a cool looking graph. So, Derecho climatology. This is a record to show how many derechos are likely. So in this orange, it shows one derecho every 4 years. And kind of in this lighter green, it shows one derecho every 2 years. And kind of in this darker green, it shows one derecho every year, no matter what. Which is like more intense highlighted in that one. But this is crazy. In this purple, it's 4 derechos every 3 years. Wow. band. Okay, so here, a storm is classified as a derecho when it produces a long-lasting, widespread, and destructive band of severe straight-line winds that extends for at least 240 miles per hour and features wind gusts of at least 58 miles per hour or greater along most of its path. These storms involve rapidly moving thunderstorms from forming characteristics bow echo shape on radar, with the strongest winds concentrated in the center of the bow. So here are some key characteristics. Wind damage. A derecho is defined by a significant path of damaging, stretching across a wide area, not just a small spot. Sustained wind speeds. The storm must have wind gusts of at least 58 miles per hour or greater over a considerable distance. Long-lived event. These are not brief, isolated wind events. They last for a prolonged period, with some derechos lasting for hours. Exhibit A, June 29th. Associated with thunderstorms. Derechos are essentially a cluster of thunderstorms that produce powerful straight-line winds as they move rapidly forward. Bow echo on radar. Meteorologists identify these storms as a distinct radar signature known as bow echo, a large curved pack of thunderstorms that forms as the center winds at the center of the storm surge ahead. Straight line winds. Unlike tornadoes, the winds in a derecho are straight line, meaning they have no rotation or no rotating component. Wow, even I'm starting to learn some of this stuff. How classification works after the fact. The designation of a derecho is often determined after the event has occurred, which we clearly knew that day with how the distance it was traveling, that it was a derecho. Now keep in mind, back then, I was 12. So none of this stuff made any sense to me, like it does now. National Weather Service. The National Weather Service provides the specific criteria for classifying a storm as a derecho. Conditions lead to formation. Derechos are more likely when there are clashes between warm, humid, cool, or humid air and cooler, drier air mass, especially in the spring and summer. So there you go. There's all your answers, in case you were curious, like I was. So, yeah, this isn't my way of saying that we're going to see a derecho with this system today. I'm not saying that at all. I forget how I even got on to talk about this derecho thing. Anyway, I couldn't even tell you. So anyway, I think I'm going to conclude this live video now because, like I said, there's not really anything going on to be talked about tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and say sayonara. And we will see you when we have something we have to talk about. Like I'm sure probably at some point today we'll be live here on the interwebs talking about if we get any severe warnings issued for the day ahead. So anyway, you have been out to the rest of your evening, and we will chat again soon, my friends. Have a good rest of your night.